gonna be a review of episode 4 of Real Housewives of Atlanta. So we start with Mayetta and Kenya practicing for Kenya's halftime show. She's gonna use a marching band at the halftime show of a football game to promote Kenya Moore hair care. I think that is brilliant. And she's using Mayetta's help because she flopped at BravoCon.
You say I'm old? All I know is I was like, oh, I'm on the floor, so I must have dropped.
So Kenya and Mayetta are practicing for Kenya's halftime show, and Roy calls Mayetta to talk to Kenya.
You look sexy. You make me miss you.
Which was weird, because why didn't you just call Kenya? Now, Kenya and Mark are still married. Mark is dragging his feet with this divorce thing. But first, Kenya was trying to wait until the divorce was final to date. Now she's just like, you know what, F it. As she should. You know, I'm sure Mark was out there living life before they got divorced. And I'm sure he's definitely out there living life now. Now, it did catch me off guard to hear her be so open about sleeping with Roy because, I mean, you are still married.
What's still the deal?
The reviews came back positive. Yelp was 0.6. He's actually very good at bed.
Like, we're not done, you know. She grown. If she dating somebody, she's most likely having sex with them. But she didn't have to tell us the D was good. I don't know if she's just trying to get under Mark's skin or what. And while we on that topic, I think it's funny that both of them are restaurant owners. I wonder if they know each other. So then next is Sonya and her family. She's still struggling with boundaries. You know, they want them to move out, but Sonya blamed it all on Ross.
Chez, I wanted to tell you that Ross was saying, like, you know, he's ready for us to just be us again. Oh. Just the Rosses.
I'm ready to have a Ross house.
I don't know if I'm ready for that, Mario.
She said, Ross said he wants y'all to leave, and I don't want y'all to leave, but Ross wants y'all to leave. Now, I know when they showed the scene, Sonya did say she didn't want them to leave in the scene. In the scene. I feel like she only said that because she knew the cameras was rolling, and she don't want her family to know that she wants them to leave as well. So her mom and her sister called her self-centered because she wants them to get out of her house. Child, I'm so glad I'm not Caribbean. The way I would be a disgrace to my family. Because they would not be able to control me like that. Like, that's crazy. So next is Marlo with her nephews. They're doing a Halloween shoot. And Marlo is currently trying to get her record expunged so she can carry a gun. And the reason she wants to do that is because after the break-in happened at her house, she wants protection and she's not able to legally get guns because of her record. Now, Courtney is helping her with this. And she is very grateful for Courtney, but she also feels like Kandi was never really there for her because she didn't do that one thing. Because she never helped her get a record expunged. But didn't she give you a show? Did she like help you get your own show or something? Courtney walks in and then they start talking about the night where we left off last episode where Marlo was yelling at Drew. Again, she tries to explain how she was triggered because her cousin who used to work for Kandi was shot as well, but I'm still not understanding the correlation. Only thing I do understand is that maybe she felt like Kandi didn't give condolences the way she should have, but I still don't see how she's trying to connect these two situations. It doesn't make any sense. So then next is Sheree and this fake pregnancy scare. It's really about her fibroids. She's having issues with them and it's affecting her sex life. With Martell, obviously. Now, when they showed Martell and played those noises, that was so unnecessary. Next is Sonya. She invited her family to the photo shoot, but her sister did not show up because she was sick. And clearly, her sister is feeling some sort of way about having to move out. And then the brother-in-law, which was the sister's husband, which was Sonya's assistant, then quit on her too. Child, they said they a package deal. Now, I feel bad for Sonya. I really do. Unfortunately, this is what happens when you have to start setting boundaries with family members who are used to controlling you and everything that you do. Unfortunately, when you have to start setting those boundaries, the relationship may change for the worse. So it's time for the Alabama trip for Kenya's performance. They're taking the bus there, but they're all gonna meet up at Chateau Cheray because y'all know Kenya's driveway is dangerous. Now, Drew has the flu, so she can't go. Candy is also not gonna be there, and Candy has been gone this entire episode. I guess she booked and busy. So they're on the bus on the way to Kenya's event, and she is running down the itinerary. Marlo is not impressed with the itinerary.
So we're gonna get a lesson. You gotta get a lesson, okay. So have some fun. So then we're gonna just grab something cute to eat, go back to the hotel, and then we'll get ready to go to the little charity function to raise money for both of the universities.
And Sheree is nervous because she said Kenya is the stunt queen.
I'm excited about the Magic City football game, but Kenya, the stunt queen, is always up to something.
I don't blame her. She isn't the best host. So on the bus, they start going into girl talk, and Kenya starts talking about how she used to eat booty. She used to eat booty in her 20s. I just think it's so funny how common that is now because men have no shame saying they want their booty ate these days. So they arrive to the dance class, and Kenya decides to hold a competition, and she gave it to Sheree. I personally think Sonya won, but okay, I don't really expect Kenya to be fair. So then after that, they go to eat, as she had planned on the itinerary. And they start talking about Courtney's husband, Bryce, who is an actor, and Kenya knows him because they filmed together. So they're eating, and Kenya asks Marlo what happened with her and Drew, even though she already knew, because clearly Drew called and told her. Well, actually, she didn't know because she kind of got the details wrong. Well, some of them. She said that Marlo was standing over her. Marlo was actually sitting down. But she was right about Marlo being aggressive. She did get aggressive with her. But they started going back and forth about that. Then it's time to head to the charity event, so everyone has to meet in the lobby. Mayetta shows up in this aluminum foil type romper.
Mayetta, really? That outfit is not appropriate.
So she gotta go back upstairs and change because y'all are going to a charity event. But in Mayetta's defense, Kenya did not tell them what they were doing. Nobody knew what to pack. She had just given them the itinerary when they got on the bus that was already packed up. So that's on her. And that is why Kenya is not the best host, because she's very inconsiderate. Why would you not tell them what they were doing so they could know how to pack appropriately? So now they're on the bus waiting. It's just Kenya, Sheree, and Courtney. Everybody else is still upstairs and not ready. And Kenya gotta go, okay? But low-key, she has been itching to leave somebody because she did try to leave Marlo when the bus was pulling off at Sheree's house when they first pulled off. So Kenya was gonna leave Marlo somehow, some way. So they end up leaving Sonya and Marlo. Of course, she does not care for Marlo.
Give us 40 minutes. Did you text me?
No,
I wouldn't do you like that. So wait.
So she didn't care to leave Marlo. Well, with Sonya, I feel like this was more of payback from last season. Y'all remember Sonya left Kenya and Sheree last season. It was just her and Marlo. So y'all know Kenya is a vengeful person. So they arrived to the event, and according to everybody, this event is low budget.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Can you stop filming me? Sorry.
It's a table over here.
Okay, let's sit at the table.
Yeah.
Girl, it's not a sit-down situation. This is truly a cocktail moment.
It doesn't look low budget, but I guess it just wasn't the way Kenya described it. According to Sonya, Kenya made it seem like they was going to the Met Gala, but Sonya was not dressed for the Met Gala, so you should be glad y'all ended up where y'all ended up.
All this hoopla for this. The way Kenya laid it out, I thought we were showing up to the Met Gala, honey. What's going on?
Because what she wore was actually appropriate for that event. But yeah, per usual, Kenya not being a good host. I remember she did the hair care event, and it was hot, and she had water in her bottles. And then I remember they went to South Carolina, and she ordered herself food, didn't even care about if they ate or not. And now this event. You know, honestly, I just feel like Kenya isn't really a good host because she's really not that considerate of a person. I feel like Kenya kind of plans things based on what she wants to do, and then she just kind of has everybody tag along with her. So they all head upstairs to the rooftop, and this is where producers tell them that they have to leave because they are too much of a distraction with the cameras and everything. Kenya didn't make sure that they would be cool with filming before she got there. So they have to leave. You know, the night is over, so Kenya's going back to her room with her daughter. The rest of the ladies are feeling some sort of way because Kenya always does this. She always brings her daughter on the trips and then always leaves early because of her daughter. So they all decide to go to her room and start kicking. Well, Marlo is doing the kicking, but everybody's knocking on her door. So honestly, when Kenya watches it back, she needs to be mad at everybody because they was all laughing and kicking and knocking on the door and running back before she opened it. It wasn't just Marlo. Marlo was just yelling and kicking, but everybody was knocking on that door. So the episode ends there. Next week, Kenya calls the cops. And she also tries to kick everybody off the trip. She done told all of them to go home. I don't think she has the power to do that though, but we'll see. And then we also see Kenya go to the ambulance. But yeah, that was this week's episode. It was pretty much Marlo versus Kenya. Candy was not there. We didn't even get a confessional from her or anything. Sheesh. But yeah, this episode was pretty much about Marlo versus Kenya, in my opinion. Next week, we also get Marlo slamming the door on Manetta. Can't wait to see that. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all thought about this episode in the comments down below. Stay happy, healthy, and all of that good stuff. And I will see y'all in my next video.